What is up guys, my name is Pocketcraft and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how you can easily get every Necrozma form in Cobblemon. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video so you don't miss out on any of my tips, and if you're new to the channel please hit that subscribe button. We're really pushing to 100k subscribers and we'd love to have you as part of the team. First you need to have the All the Mods data pack enabled, and I'll have a link for that down in the description. You need to put this in your resource pack folder and in your data pack folder, and then you need to make sure you go to your settings here, click on resource packs, and make sure that you have it selected. Otherwise this won't work. Then you first need to catch a Necrozma, which is an ultra rare spawn in the end. And I'll talk about where each of the basic Pokemon you need spawn first, and then I'll give you some tips on how to actually catch them. Then you'll need to catch a Cosmog, which spawns in deep dark biomes below light level 7. And if you want all of Necrozma's forms, you'll need 2 of these. Then you need to level it up to where it can evolve into Cosmoem, and you'll need to go ahead and evolve it first and do this with both of them. Then you'll need to get it to a high enough level where it can evolve into Solgaleo and Lunala, and you'll need 1 of each of these. Now before I get into how to get all of the different forms, there's a couple tips I want to give you on how to actually catch these Pokemon. First, I highly recommend using the Pokenav mod. This mod allows you to see which Pokemon actually spawn where you are, because sometimes even though you are in the right biome, there may be something weird going on with the light level and you'll be in an area where the Pokemon doesn't actually spawn even though you think it does. So I highly recommend using this to make sure you're looking in the right spot. Then when you enter a battle, unless you have a Master Ball, it's going to be a little bit difficult to catch these Pokemon. So I have a couple of tips that I think are really helpful. First, you're going to want a high level Pokemon with False Swipe. I like to use Gallade. I think it's one of the best Pokemon. Its False Swipe does a little bit extra damage because of its ability, and it has a pretty high attack stat. It also comes with Hypnosis, which you can use to put Pokemon to sleep. If you're using a different Pokemon, make sure you at least have some Pokemon that can afflict a status condition. Paralysis is probably my favorite because it doesn't go away, but Hypnosis or something like that works as well. A lot of people will say Breloom is the best Pokemon for this, but Breloom doesn't actually learn False Swipe in Cobblemon unless you have some sort of TM mod enabled. So unless you have that, I would recommend Gallade because you're not going to be able to get False Swipe on Breloom, even though it does have Spore. But Breloom is great for putting Pokemon to sleep. Then when you start the battle, I would recommend throwing a Quick Ball. You have to do that turn 1, otherwise it's not going to be super effective. So here we didn't throw it turn 1, which was a mistake, but I would recommend throwing a Quick Ball turn 1, and you can often catch it on the first turn of battle. Otherwise, you're going to want to False Swipe the Pokemon down to 1%, inflict them with a status condition, whether it's sleep, paralysis, whatever. Probably want to avoid burn or poison. Or if you have it asleep, I highly recommend a Dream Ball. Will have ×4 catch rate, which is twice as effective as an Ultra Ball. So you can see right there, we caught Necrozma pretty easily. You can also use a Timer Ball once you get to turn number 10. Then I recommend having a high level beefy Pokemon in the back, like a Snorlax or a Legendary, so that if Gallade gets knocked out, you can last for a while. And some max revives aren't a bad idea either, to revive Gallade if it gets knocked out and you haven't gotten them down to 1% yet. But if you follow these tips, it should be pretty easy to catch Necrozma. Then if you want Dusk Mane Necrozma, make sure Solgaleo is in your party and right click Necrozma with a diamond, and then you can evolve it into Dusk Mane Necrozma, which is going to look pretty sweet. It will go through the typical animation here for evolutions, which takes a little bit of time, but I do think looks really cool and is satisfying in game. Then it'll pop out here as Dusk Mane Necrozma. Looks super sweet. And then if you click it with a diamond again, right click it, which this will use the diamond I believe, you're supposed to be able to evolve it back into normal Necrozma according to the documentation, but I actually haven't had success with that, so I'd be careful about evolving Necrozma. It may not be super reversible, so only do it if you really want the Pokemon. Now if you want Dawn Wings Necrozma, you're going to do the exact same thing but with a Lunala in your party instead of Solgaleo, and you'll be able to evolve it into Dawn Wings Necrozma. Now the really fancy one you all want to see is Ultra Necrozma. To get this Pokemon you'll need Solgaleo and Lunala in your party. Then you right click Necrozma with 3 diamonds, which will use all of them, but then you have the opportunity to evolve it into Ultra Necrozma rather than just Dawn Wings or Dusk Mane, and you'll have to sit here for a minute as it does the evolution animation. But then it's going to bring out this absolutely epic Pokemon that looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh character, and you can have this guy on your team, which is pretty crazy. So that's how to get every Necrozma form in Cobblemon. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video right here, where I show you how to get Lugia and Ho-Oh in Cobblemon.